Alright, so this is Arc War by Hunted Cow Studios. This kind of has a little bit of a fan following on our forums so far. So it seems to be a pretty typical vertical shooter so far that's not vertical, but instead running in landscape mode. Touch Arcade has been around since before the App Store, so like 2008, mid 2008 I think is when the site was founded. Ah, damage up, alright, cool, here we go. This is always the coolest part about shooters is like getting all the ridiculous power-ups so you just have like lasers like crazy. I think my absolute favorite, oh crap. My favorite shooter of all time like this would have to be Blazing Lasers for the TurboGrafx 16. I don't know if any of you guys remember that or were around for that or whatever, but that game was amazing. As far as like the power curve and everything like that, like especially when you got the laser all charged up, so it was like the homing laser or whatever. The amount of damage you did was just insane. Alright, only have one hit point left. Alright, cool. What's weird with this is you stop shooting when you take your finger off the screen, I think, right? Alright, my finger's off the screen now, yeah. Which seems weird, because like, if you have your ship where you want it, you should keep shooting. I don't think there's necessarily a drawback to shooting constantly. I haven't said it in a while, but make sure you guys follow the channel and stuff. I'd really love to grow a huge Twitch presence. That would be cool. Where the heck are the weak points on this dumb boss? Ugh. I have the wienery little lasers. I'm gonna do like nothing against this guy. Oh, so you have to blow the tail off, I guess. That's cool. I always wanted the TurboGrafx 16 CD setup, but I don't know. Fortunately or unfortunately, I got a Sega CD instead, which I don't know. What game am I anticipating the most? Well, I'm excited for the second episode of The Wolf Among Us because the first one was really good, and Telltale really knows how to do cliffhanger endings. Without spoiling anything, I think basically every Telltale episodic game I've ever played, the first episode ends with you basically saying like, "Oh, come on." As like, you know, they're trying to suck you into the series, which they do pretty successfully. I'm really looking forward to Final Fantasy VI, because, you know, it's about as classic as you can get when it comes to Final Fantasy games. Alright. What's weird is Final Fantasy VI actually hit the Android App Store today, or Google Play rather. So I expect it to hit the US App Store pretty quick. Although Square Enix is really weird. Like, our relationship with them is really weird. They don't really respond to emails. They don't really send promo codes. They don't tell us what they're doing. So is Final Fantasy VI hitting the App Store tonight? Who knows? I'm better off asking my cat. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 2. I'm excited for that too. If you follow the developer on Twitter, Trent Oster, I think his name is, or Oster, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but they were mentioning they were having like all sorts of drama with Apple in regards to getting Baldur's Gate approved. Like I guess they tweeted a few days ago that the in-app purchase got approved, but the I guess the actual game itself did not get approved. Which, man, talk about a ball buster. So I don't know, but I almost feel like the idea of Baldur's Gate 2 is more appealing than actually playing Baldur's Gate 2. Because like the original Baldur's Gate, I was super stoked for, right? Because I remembered it and I played it back on the PC way back when and stuff like that. But that was definitely a case of the most rose-colored of rose-colored glasses of nostalgia. Because my memories of Baldur's Gate were like so super positive. Like I remember just getting so sucked into that game. And then it came out on the iPad, and you start to take for granted all the things that modern RPGs do for you. In regards to like not really letting you get stuck, you know, very, very like easy and intuitive menu system, things like that. And then you get thrown into Baldur's Gate and you're just like, wait, what? Because that game is very, 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 very complicated. And Baldur's Gate 2 has some refinements, but if I recall correctly, like Baldur's Gate 1 was the Baldur's Gate content, but updated for, or was running inside the Baldur's Gate 2. I don't know, there's something weird going on with like the engine they were using actually being newer than Baldur's Gate. I don't know, I don't remember. So yeah, Baldur's Gate 2 is going to be cool too. What I really, really want to see though on iOS is a Fallout game. I would say Fallout is probably my most favorite series of all time. And Fallout 1, 2, and Fallout Tactics would all be just incredible on the iPad. Unfortunately, those games are like mired in licensing issues like you wouldn't believe, so we'll see. I don't really have too high hopes on all that stuff, because I don't remember correctly, I think the original developer went bankrupt, and it's like who owns the IP is basically up for grabs. So I think what we're basically waiting for is an outfit like Replay Games, who did like Leisure Suit Larry, to figure out who in the world owns the the Fallout IP now for those super old games. Buy it and then port it, but I mean, you're talking a lot of work to get that done. And the problem is with those old IP, and you know, this is just from talking to developers that have been interested in porting stuff to iOS, is that like for instance, I don't know who owns the Fallout IP right now, but it's just sitting in some, you know, proverbial closet somewhere. No one cares about it at all, you know, which is why it doesn't exist on iOS. But you know, as soon as you start approaching people and are like, hey, we want to make an iPhone game, we want to port this old Fallout game, what do you want to charge us to license it? Then they realize that like, oh hey, this thing that we have sitting around is actually worth a lot of money. And you know, and then I've heard that people want like really, really unrealistic licensing fees, considering the price point that you can command on the App Store. I mean, you can't pay someone like $500,000, and you know, I'm not quoting any specific number, but like, just say for instance, $500,000 to license Fallout. Like, are you ever going to make your money back on that? Probably not. So, I don't know. Unrelated, I guess. So this game kind of seems to be looping. I only have 2 lives left. Because this boss seems the same. We're reaching level 25, as you can see in the top corner, and it seems like what's happening is this boss is getting longer and stuff is shooting more. So So we'll see if I can beat it again. Because last time he had 3 segments, I think, and now he has 3 segments and a tail. Oh my god, Wild Arms on iOS, that would be insane. I still can remember the Wild Arms theme song. Like that opening intro is bananas. Like it's so good. If anyone hasn't seen it, they should go to YouTube and type in Wild Arms intro. I think the top search result is actually me uploading it, and that's like a YouTube video that I uploaded in like 2004 or whatever, so it has like 1 million views on it. But like in the Wild Arms intro when like the little spellcaster girl like does her spell and the golem powers up and stuff, like that's the best. That game needs to be on iOS, or it needs to be on any modern platform. That's what sucks so much about old games, is like when you really want to play something and your only real way to do it is like through illegal file sharing, emulation stuff. Like that seems to really be a problem with like the super old RPGs made by like obscure developers and just kind of like lost in, you know, Sony's catalog of IP. They just kind of like vanish. And then if you want to play it, you're on some like dodgy torrent to get the image, which usually doesn't work, and then you need to figure out emulation, which is never fun. Ugh. Well, I finally died. So, this is kind of cool, I guess, if you're looking for another shooter. I guess being an infinite shooter, it just loops forever. I hit level 20, or stage 26 with a score of 8165, which seems pretty good, although I feel like for playing that long, like I should have ranked up more than that. But whatever, let's see what's in the settings. Oh, it has gamepad support, that's cool. Alright, next game.